So let's take a look at how a ripple carry adder works by looking at the way its signals would flow or what its signals would do if we were actually utilizing one, meaning actually putting some inputs in here. Let's say that we want to do, we'll say 1011 plus 0111. Let's say that's what we're doing here. So let's write these values in. So we got 0, 1, 1, 1, and here we've got 1, 0, 1, 1. All right, let's see what we end up with here. So we know, based on the way we've written this, there's no carry in for this least significant bit, which this is here. This is our LSB, and this is our MSB. We know we've got no carry in, or it's a 0. We could just say it's a 0. That's fine. So now we can say we've got 1 plus 1 plus 0. And of course, I'm doing this in my head, but we could reference our digital logic expressions to figure out how our full adder is working. But 1 plus a 1 is a sum of a 0 with a carry out, right? This is our carry out of a 1. Right, 1 plus 1 is 2, and so we've essentially made a 2 here, right? 1 and a 0. So this is everything for our least significant bit, and now we have our next least significant bit. And here we've got a 1 plus a 1 plus our carry in, which was the carry out of this adder, which is a 1. So that means we've got 3 1s added together. So that leaves us with a sum of 1 and a carry out of 1. Now let's say into that digit, we can go to this guy here. So now we've got a 1 plus a 1 plus a 0. So that is a 2, or a sum of 0, and a carry out of 1. I finished with that digit. Now let's look at this guy here. We've got a 1 plus a 1 plus a 0. That is a 0 with a carry out of a 1. And we can kind of, if we want to take this carry and say that's our most significant bit. This is our most significant bit, but really our carry out of here, if it's a 1, that becomes our most significant bit. And sometimes this can indicate things, say that we can only store 4 bits, or we can only use 4 bits, and this might give us something what's called an overflow, but that's something we'll look into later. Anyway, so you can see here how the carries can ripple through here, or it can cause a bunch of changes to our addition. If we were to just look at these on their own, like we'd have 1 plus a 0 is a 0, or a 1, 0 plus a 1 is a 1, so on and so forth. But these ripples are able to or carries are able to ripple through, and that's where the name ripple carry adder comes from.